Hey guys, I'm back. Welcome back to the Fox Critic. Today's video, I'm going to be doing a movie review on Mission Impossible 2. This is the second entry in the Mission Impossible franchise. It was released in 2000. It stars Tom Cruise, Ving Rhames, and Thandie Newton. I really hope I pronounced her name right. In this movie, Tom Cruise comes back as Ethan Hunt, and he needs to stop a group of villains from releasing a genetically engineered virus called Chimera onto the world because it can kill people and it's scary. So yeah, this movie basically predicted the future. So as usual, I will start off with the positives about the film. First of all, I love the score of this movie. The Mission Impossible theme for this film, the sort of version of it for this movie is, I think it's called Take a Look Around by Limp Bizkit. I hope I said that right. That's definitely my favorite version of the instrumental version. Definitely my favorite version of the Mission Impossible theme, and I listen to it all the time. So yeah, I really do like the soundtrack. It's worth noting that this movie is directed by John Woo, and some of the action scenes here are really well done. They are shot very amazingly at points. Tom Cruise, the stunts that he does are all pretty impressive. Now, I haven't seen the first Mission Impossible movie as of yet, but the plot here, according to what other people have said about Mission Impossible, the plot here is a lot easier to follow than the first one, and I do sort of like the simplicity of it. And, you know, it's the first one is more of like a spy sort of espionage movie, whereas this is just a full-out action movie, and I do like how they went in a different direction to the first one. And you know, they're not afraid to take risks, and I do appreciate that. I think it's also worth noting that Tom Cruise does martial arts in this movie, which looks pretty good. And Anthony Hopkins does also make an appearance in this movie, and resultantly he says one of my favourite lines, if not my favourite line out of the entire franchise. This is not mission difficult, Mr. Hunt, it's mission impossible. Difficult should be a walk in the park. Yeah, I really like that line, actually. So now let's move on to the negatives of the film. And the first thing that comes to mind when I think of why Mission Impossible 2 is bad is the tone is so off compared to the rest of the series. Some of it feels like a parody of itself, a joke. It's so over the top with the John Woo stuff. There's so much slow motion, unnecessary slow motion, and I'm just constantly waiting for a time where the movie's going to be like aware of how stupid the amount of slow motion they use in this film is. I was always a bit confused as to why this film was given a 15 age rating in the UK. After watching it, I realised, yeah, it's probably because the violence is a lot heavier than the other ones, but let me tell you, it's all just taken away by how hammy it is. Like, it's just such a hammy movie, and it's just so cheesy at times, and another huge problem with this movie is the pacing is terrible in this film. I mean, like, the storytelling is fine, but like the pacing is so bad. Like the actual plot like really picks up like an hour into the film, and really things start to get going literally so long into the film, and for the first half it's just dead in the first half. Like you just don't care about it because Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt's love interest in this movie, Naya, her name is. She just has no character depth or development, and that's the problem because the first first like hour 15 minutes of this movie, basically no action, no fun. It's just all talking, and it's all Ethan and Naya's romance that you just don't care about. You just don't care about it. For the first half, it seems like a completely different movie. And, you know, I get the fact they were going in a new direction, but it was certainly an interesting direction to take the movie, I would say. Another problem I have here is, this might be a bit controversial, but I kind of have mixed feelings about Tom Cruise in this movie. Now, I've seen Mission Impossible 3, and he's a lot better in that movie than in this one. But in this one, I feel like he just has, like, no screen presence or anything, and it's, I don't know, take Bond, for example. Take James Bond. Sean Connery, he walks around on screen with a wonderful presence, but that's because his acting is so good, and he's really earned that. He's really earned walking around on the screen with that amazing presence. But with Tom Cruise, in this film, I feel like he just walks around trying to have that presence when his acting's not good enough. He was a bit ahead of himself, I think, and it's a bit disappointing because obviously he's the main character. Um, some of the other characters, they're just not really utilized well enough, in my opinion. Some of the moments are just laughable. Some of the action, the action's well done, I suppose, but it's so over the top and so damn hammy, and it's just yeah, there's explosions, there's motorcycle chases, and really cool scenes like that. But it's just so much of it is taken away by how over the top it is. So really, my negatives about the film is that it's boring, it's campy, not even campy in a good way. It's just so horribly over the top. There's such an overuse of slow motion, and there's a big overuse of masks in the movie. Big overuse of those like disguise masks and stuff, and some of it feels so unnecessary. Some of it is just an excuse to like a plot excuse, I think, and it's just so badly done. So in the end, I would give Mission Impossible 2 a 5 out of 10, or maybe even a 4.9. And I'm going to do star ratings now. I would give it a 2.5 star. Its action scenes are done well. When there are action scenes, they are done pretty well. The score is really great and it's shot very nicely. But there's just so many. It's just boring and it's hammy and it's just not very well done in my opinion. So thank you very much for watching this review. If you did enjoy, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to. And until next time, bye bye.